If Booktubeathon isn't the time for ambitious reading goals, I don't know what is. Hi, it's Less Than Wise here, and welcome to another video! I just knocked over all of my books. Hi, it's Less Than Wise here, and welcome to another video! Today we are going to be talking about my Booktubeathon TBR. So, I'm a little late, and I have a good excuse. Basically, I did film this video already, but I didn't like the way that it looked, and I didn't like the way that I acted, and I didn't like the way that I looked, because I had work later that day, so I was dressed in my work stuff. You guys saw it in my last video. I was supposed to film 3 videos that day, and I did film 3 videos that day, but I didn't like the other 2, so I'm going to be remaking them. I'm only going to be remaking the TBR for right now, because that one's actually, starting Monday, and I'm a little bit late on that, and I need to do it, but I'm here, and I'm showing you guys my TBR. It's very ambitious, as you guys probably saw in our whatchamacallit, the thumbnail. Yeah, that's what it's called. But it's a little bit ambitious. I'm hoping I can get through at least half of these, but who knows? I'm not sure. So I have 6 physical books with me here today. One of them I do not have with me, and I'm probably not going to have until like 1 or 2 days into the Booktubeathon, just because I just bought it online a couple of days ago off of Book Outlet. I bought a whole bunch of books. So look out for my book haul that's going to be coming soon, because it's going to be coming soon. I have a lot of books on my book haul. This is taking forever. I need to get right into this. But basically, the last video I filmed, since the last video I filmed this, I changed my TBR a little bit. So you guys aren't actually going to be seeing as many spoilers for my book haul as you were before. I changed it so about 3 of these books are my library books. The other 3 are my actual physical TBR books. I had other books that were smaller, but they weren't actually on my TBR. They were books that I'd already read, and they were just tiny little books that I decided that I could read quickly, and I decided to actually make it realistic. But who cares about realism? This is Booktube, and this is the Booktubeathon, so yeah. But let's jump right into it, because I've been rambling for way too long. I'm so sorry that this introduction has taken forever. Alright, so the list for the Booktubeathon, I'm going to be saying this off of memory, and it's not going to be in the correct order, but that does not matter, because as long as I have all of the things, that's what matters. So the first one is to read a book with a person on the cover. The second one is to read a hyped book. The third one is to read a book in a day. The fourth one is to read a book completely outdoors. The fifth one is to read a book about a person that's completely different from you. The sixth one is to read a book you got because of the cover. And then the 7th one is to read 7 books. So I have all of those things here with me today. Well, I say all of them except for that one book, but we're not talking about that one book. We're not talking about it. But let's just jump right into it. Alright, so the first one is to read a book with a person on the cover. And for this, I chose Truthwitch by Susan Dennard. This is one of my library books. I've been trying to read this book forever. If you guys saw my last library haul, it was on there, and that was like a month ago. It's been a while. And I still haven't read this book. I need to get to it. I'm trying to bring down my library haul. After this Booktubeathon, if I read all 3 of my library books, I only have 2 library books left, and that is a good thing, so we're going to be doing that. But I'm excited to read this book. It's supposed to be a really good book. I feel like I can get through this book in one day. I know I'm going to fly through it once I start reading it, so I'm excited for that. The second one is to read a hyped book, and for this, I chose A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I have been wanting to read this series all summer. I never got to it, but I'm going to be getting to the first one at least by the end of the summer right now. And I've been super excited to get this one. I know that this one's probably going to take me a little bit longer to read. I just have that feeling that it's going to take me a while to read. It's going to take me a while to get into. So I'm probably going to be reading this over the course of a couple of days throughout Booktubeathon. But we'll see. But I'm still excited to get to this one because I know that it's going to be absolutely amazing, and I have a feeling that I'm really going to like it. I'm going to be disappointed if I don't like it. But, there are some people that don't like the series, and there are some people that love the series. So I'm hoping I'm going to be one of the people that love the series, just because it seems like it's going to be a really good series, and I really want to like it. But yeah, that's my second book. Third book is to read a book in a day, and for this I chose And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. Agatha Christie is one of those authors that I am planning on collecting over the course of my lifetime. And I just picked this book up at Goodwill for like $2.50, and it's I don't know, it's an Agatha Christie book. It sounds completely ingenious, and Agatha Christie is completely ingenious, and so I'm super, super excited to read this book, and I know that I'm going to be able to read this one day. Like, I just know that I'll probably end up reading this one and then probably, like, another one, because I know that I'm going to be able to do that. It's just one of these, it's just a smaller book. So if I don't have a lot of time during one of the days to read, this is probably the book that I'm going to be reading, and I'm going to finish reading it, and then I'm going to be doing whatever I'm going to be doing for the rest of the day. So yeah. The fourth one is to read a book completely outdoors, and for this I chose The Fellowship of the Ring, which is the first book in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I don't actually think I'm going to be able to read this book completely outdoors. So if you guys don't know this, I live in Arizona, and it's like 110 degrees out, and it's almost August. It's still that hot out. If I go at nighttime, it's like 100 degrees, maybe? Unless it's like a really nice day, in which case then it's probably like 100 degrees. But really, the only place you can really read outdoors, or you can stay outdoors at, and not feel like you're dying, is the pool. And unless I go to the pool every single day, and I go there for like 2 hours at a time, the likelihood of me finishing this book outdoors is not very likely. I'm just going to say that right now. I don't really go outside. The only time I really go outside is when I'm going to work, or the mall, or doing something with my friends, or I'm going to the pool. And that's basically about it. I don't really go outside because it's hot outside and I don't want to go outside unless I have to go somewhere. So basically I stay in my house, or I go somewhere that's indoors, because that's just how Arizona works. But we'll see. I know that I'm going to finish this book, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish it completely outdoors. I'm going to try. I'm going to do my darndest to finish this book outdoors, but I don't think it's going to work. I just don't think it's going to work. I'm just going to be warning you guys right now that I don't think that this book is going to work outdoors. But I don't really have any other book that I could read outdoors. I was between like Tuck Everlasting or Deep, Dark, and Dangerous, because those ones are smaller books, and I know that I could read them in like one sitting. But I decided to choose this book because I'm ambitious, and I want to see how much I can read outdoors. Trust me, I'm going to be tempted to read it indoors, but I'm going to hold myself accountable to only reading it outdoors. We'll see how this goes. I might just end up listening to the audiobook and then just like going to the mall and just walking around, because, you know, whatever, fuck it. Alright, so what book am I on? The fifth book? The fifth book is to read a book about a person that's completely different from you. And for this, I chose 2 years, 8 months, and 28 nights by Salman Rushdie. I don't know how to pronounce his name. But basically, I saw this when I was at the mall. I saw this when I was at the library, and it's an adult fiction book. And I don't really read adult fiction books very often, but it sounded really interesting, and I liked the cover, so I decided to pick it up. It basically has to do with these just like a whole bunch of people in like future New York that wake up one day and they have like these mystical powers, and then they end up having to do time and stuff like that. It sounds super, super interesting, and I have a feeling I'm really, really going to enjoy this book, and it's not very long. And I haven't gotten to it, but I've had it for a while, and I really need to read it, so I'm going to be reading this book. But it just sounded super, super interesting, and I just know that this is going to be one of those books that I'm going to end up reading, because it's a really good book. It sounds like a really good book, and I'm excited to get to this one. So, this is my fifth book. Fifth book? The sixth book is to read a book that you got because of the cover. Now, I didn't necessarily get this book just because of the cover, but I did look at it because of the cover, and that is 1,000 Pieces of You by, don't remember the author's name. I got this off of Book Outlet a couple of days ago, and it's supposed to get here like the 26th, which is obviously 2 days into Booktubeathon. It might come early because it does that often, very often, in fact, for me. But it'll probably end up coming early, and hopefully I'll have it during I'll definitely have it during Booktubeathon. But I'm super, super excited to get this book because it sounded completely insane. I saw it on Book Outlet, and I decided to look at it because of the cover. The cover's absolutely gorgeous. Like, look at it. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. But I read the synopsis for it, and the synopsis had me going, whoa, what? I need to pick this book up now. I went on Goodreads. I looked at the little the little reviews and stuff like that, most people said that they really liked it. Some people said that they didn't like it, but most people said that they liked it. And so I decided to pick it up, and I did, off of Book Outlet, and it should be here in the middle of Booktubeathon. So that is my 6th book, and my 7th and final book, which is obviously to read 7 books. And for this, I chose It's Upside Down. Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. This is another one that I just got from the library not that long ago. This isn't actually in my last library haul because I got like a couple of different books from a couple of different libraries last time I went to the library, and I returned a couple of books, but I didn't really want to do a haul on it because there was only like a couple, I don't know, there was a couple of them, and I just didn't feel the need to do it. But this is a bigger book, but I know that once I get into this book, I am going to binge read it. So I'm going to choose a day when I am not doing anything. I don't have work. I don't have anything going on. And I am going to binge read this book. I just know that I'm going to enjoy this book so much. I just get that feeling from it. And I'm gonna be with all of these books, I just get so disappointed if I'm super, super excited for a book and I know that I'm going to enjoy it and then I end up not enjoying it. But I have a feeling I'm going to enjoy almost all of these books. So we'll see how that goes. But that is my last book. I was debating on whether or not to do the Booktubeathon chosen book for it, and I might end up doing it, maybe. It sounds interesting. I'm going to end up reading it, but I don't know if I'm going to end up reading it during Booktubeathon, which makes me really upset, but I have a lot of things that I need to get done, and I need to get those books read before I start reading other books. That's just kind of where I'm at right now. I'm trying to read the books that I have and read the books that I need to read before I start getting more books and start reading more books and start picking up more books and stuff like that, because it's a mess. Especially with school starting soon. I'm going to just be reading the books that I have because I have a lot of them that I haven't read yet, and I know that I'll be held down for a while, and I still have some library books as well. So yeah, I should be fine. I have some more books coming, so if I get bored of anything, I have a whole bunch of different types of books anyways. But that is my Booktubeathon TBR. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know it's a little bit ambitious, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, but that's the goal. That's the idea of Booktubeathon. Anyways, basically, I'm going to be keeping you guys updated throughout the entirety of Booktubeathon. I'm going to be posting videos every single day, hopefully. I'm going to be vlogging, basically giving you guys updates of what I'm reading, what I've read, what's going on and stuff like that. I might end up doing some of the video challenges. I don't know yet. I haven't decided yet, but I'm excited to get to that. Booktubeathon is super, super interesting for me. I remember when I heard about it, I got super excited because obviously I'm a bit newer to Booktube. I just discovered it this year. I discovered it in like January, but I've been obsessed with it ever since I discovered it. And so obviously Booktubeathon, all these like readathons and stuff like that are really new to me. Because I just got back into reading not that long ago anyways. So but I don't know, I'm just excited for Booktubeathon, and I hope you guys are excited, and I'm excited to get through this. I'm really motivated to read these books, and I'm so sad that I have to wait 3 days to read them, to start delving into these books. The amount of times I've been tempted to start early is ridiculous. But that is all for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new here, make sure to stick around, and if you do, I guess I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye! But like I was saying, if you guys think about it though, Harry Potter would have worked perfectly for this because you've got a person, okay, I'm gonna put it out of order, but read a book in one day, read a book completely outdoors, read a hyped book, read a book with a person on the cover, read about a person that's completely different from you, read a book you got because of the cover, read 7 books. And that would have been the Harry Potter series. I was so tempted to do it, but I decided to be original. Now I just gotta put all these back because I hate myself. But yeah.